evening, everyone. I'm Frank Novak, and this is Point of Reference. Tonight, we give you a brief introduction to each candidate running for office in the city of Haverhill, incumbent as well as newcomer, in an effort for you to get to know them a little better and help you to decide who to vote for on Election Day, November 7th. We're very proud that almost 100% of the candidates took us up on our invitation to help you become a more informed voter. Newcomer to the Haverhill City Council race this year is Adele Martino. She had run in the Democratic primary against Senator Katie Ives previously, but now she's decided to throw her hat in the ring for Haverhill City Council. Welcome to the program, Adele.
Thank you.
Tell us, what compelled you to want to make a run as a freshman councilor for the city of Haverhill?
Well, I'm an advocate for the housing and for the homeless. And I want to see more low-income housing for the veterans, for the seniors, and for I also want to work with a youth drop-in center, as well as having a shelter for the young adults who have become homeless. This has been a ratio going on now for a while, that the young adults are becoming homeless because they leave their homes and they don't want to go back to school.
Can I ask you this? I know that Emmaus House, which we were very pleased to be able to have a part in help starting years and years ago, there are about 13 buildings attributed to Emmaus House right now.
Yes.
And they've got a wonderful program in order to go ahead and deal with the several different aspects, whether they're individuals or families or couples or women, and that type of circumstance. Are we talking about, when you're talking about affordable income or affordable housing, are we talking about a concentration of that in Haverhill? Because many people would think that out of 350 cities and towns, that should be somewhat scattered so that we're not taking the entire burden from other cities and towns that maybe have a duty to be able to help their citizens as well.
We want to help the citizens of Haverhill first. This is where our concentration is. I want to introduce the ROCA program.
What is the ROCA program?
Okay, what it is, it helps those facing prison, young adults facing prison, who will agree to stay away from drugs, to get into this program. And what it does, it helps them to bring their lives abreast, and to, by the time they're adults, they will be able to move on with better careers and better professions, because they stay away from the streets and the people who are going to corrupt them. And this program will work good. Now, another program I also have an idea is prisoners coming out and be able to get jobs, get their lives together.
Work release program?
Yes, and to have it in the city of Haverhill, and to be able to guarantee them some kind of jobs and housing. When they get out, they don't have to worry that they're out there and become homeless again themselves. So they can finally be able to have a place, be able to have a new start, and be able to go on with their lives and be able to do something. And also, another thing too is there's a high dropout rate in the city of Haverhill, and I want to hire a dropout counselor for the high school, to help to, now, you know, adult males, there's a high population that they are without jobs, without professions, their employment, they're without a profession. And see, the women are taken over on this because they have higher, they're doing jobs that the men should be doing. These are our family householders who are going to become our future adult breadwinners. We have to be able to get them back into the workforce, out of work laborers. I want to put more jobs into the city of Haverhill and be able to get the people that are homeless back to work and get them into professions. Keep them off the street. This is what's going on. We have conditions where the streets are controlling these people, these even adults. And now we have to be able to get them back into the workforce. We have to be able to get them into housing. There's not enough housing for seniors, for veterans, and for families with children. Even small mortgages to bring these people, families, because sometimes families will not be able to get into apartments because they're too big and because they don't want them in there. So now, if we can get them to have small mortgages as well. And then another thing too is I want to bring the safety back into the city of Haverhill. I want to have beacons, safety beacons on the downtown area and in
beacon
parks.
is what is it? You mean a camera?
What it is, they can press the button when they're being
okay.
attacked, or even children in the playgrounds, having beacons in the playground area as well.
Where have you seen these before?
They're all along, if you walk along here, this boardwalk, you'll see them. They should be in the downtown area. They should be in areas that are high crime, that are, that where they can get protection. There's a way that they can get to the police sooner and have a beat cop in the city of Haverhill, downtown, in areas that are, need highly protection.
It would seem as though your focus tends to be toward the people that happen to be in need, and
That's
almost from a
right.
social service standpoint. Can you
That's
tell us a
right.
little bit about your background, because we're trying to establish how you arrived at this conclusion. That would be based upon your
I've been a
experience.
caseworker for the homeless issues and for housing issues for the past 4 years in the city of Haverhill. I have worked, right now I work for the Salvation Army, but I work for Community Action, I worked in the mayor's office, and I work with housing issues. And so this is how I arrive at this. And of course, I try to let the homeless know that I'm there for them, to introduce new programs, to introduce work for them, to introduce an education for them, and bring them out of poverty into something good. We are maturing in the city of Haverhill, but there are still a group of people that are not. They are not being paid attention to. We have people who are between the cracks, who are not being part of what's going on.
Are you concerned about the colder weather coming into
Yes,
play
I am.
right now? And then
Yes.
sometimes when shelters are full, they're full.
That's
and
right.
that could be a dangerous situation.
Yes,
Is that
it could be a
what you're worried
dangerous
about?
situation, yes. And another thing too, we have graffiti all over the buildings. I want to do a cleanup of the graffiti now that we have there, and to have fines, as well as littering fines. And to these people who have shops and have stores are not cleaning the fronts of their stores. You can see a pileup on the weekend, downtown area, where the garbage buckets are overflowing and they're not being taken care of. And you see that there's wide areas in between where the litter is becoming on the ground by the time the Sunday comes, and that's another issue too.
Well, Adele Martino, not at a lack of having an opinion on several different issues, you have an awful lot on your plate that you'd like to go ahead and try to move forward.
Yes.
Whether you make this grade or not, on November 7th, this sounds like something that you're going to go ahead and move ahead
Yes, I
anyway,
am, yes.
whether elected or not.
That's right.
Very good. Well, Adele Martino, thanks very much for being here today. You've been able to express those ideas, and for those people that would like more information, they can get in touch with you either through the station or through your website or campaign literature that you may have to get more information from Adele Martino on many of these very interesting issues that we have not heard about before and have heard for the first time today. Thanks very much for being here. We wish you the best of luck on November 7th.
Thank you.
We'll be back in just a moment. I hope that this program has been a point of reference for you. And until next time, my name is Frank Novak, and thanks very much for watching. And remember to vote on November 7th.